Hi, my name is Iris and I'm going to be your nurse today.
Hi, I'm Jane.
Can you tell me what brings you in today?
Well, I don't even know. My roommate found me. I was throwing up, and I passed out, and I think she just freaked out. I shouldn't even be here right now.
Okay. Do you mind if we talk about why you were vomiting?
I was nauseous. I'm a college student, and there's a stomach bug going around. I probably just have that. She was being so dramatic. I shouldn't even be here.
So I understand you weren't feeling well last night, and I just want you to know everything you say right now is confidential. I'm here to be your ally. Do you think you could tell me when you started vomiting last night?
Well, I've been feeling sick all week, but I've also been super stressed. It's final season.
How would you say the stress from final season's affected your eating habits?
This week has just been so crazy. I've had so much work and I'm so stressed all day, and I'm so stressed that I can't eat during the day, but then when I come home, I need to eat. I'm obviously so hungry from the day, so I guess I'm eating super late at night, and I know that's really bad for me.
Do you usually use food to cope with your stress?
Well, everybody eats when they're stressed out, right?
Yeah. Can you tell me a little more about your eating habits?
Well, like I said, I'm just so stressed out during the day, I can't even eat. I also hate eating in front of other people, so whenever I go to the telly, I just take as much food back with me as I can. And then when it's late at night and I'm finally more relaxed, I can eat when I'm alone, but I just feel so gross afterwards.
Do you think you could go a little bit more into detail about feeling gross late at night?
Sometimes I do make myself throw up, but it's just because I've eaten so much and I know that I shouldn't. Eating all those calories late at night isn't good for me either.
Do you think that's what happened last night when your roommate found you?
I guess, I don't really even remember. She's seen me throw up before, but I've never passed out from it, so that's probably why she got all scared.
So from what you're telling me, this has happened before, but has your roommate or anyone else ever shown concern in the past?
Yeah, but they don't understand. I don't even remember the last time I liked to eat.
So tell me what you would like to see different about your relationship with food.
I guess I'd like to be able to eat and enjoy it, to not feel guilty or embarrassed about eating in front of other people.
How do you think you could change and achieve these goals?
Oh God, I don't even know.
Well, to start, I know Fairfield University has a great team of psychologists that would be a great resource for you. Is there anyone else in your life that you think you could get support from?
Well, I'm really close with my mom. She does everything for me, but I also don't want to burden her.
Well, I think that's great that you are close with your mom, and I think you should definitely try to confide in her, especially when you're feeling stressed. Can you tell me what makes you stressed?
Being a nursing student makes me feel like my workload is literally never ending. My roommate is a communications major, and she never has any work.
I know it can be hard to balance your work and having fun with your friends, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident would you be in reaching out to your mom or maybe seeking help from a therapist to help you with these feelings of stress? Obviously 10 being very confident and 1 being not confident.
I guess I would say a 6. I want to be like everybody else and eat normally. It's just really hard. I think I could try and talk to my mom more about feeling stressed out. She knew about everything that happened before.
So I am so happy you feel slightly confident about reaching out to your support systems, and I appreciate that you're willing to reach out to your support systems and try to address what's going on.
Yeah, you know what? I think maybe I can do this.
I'm so happy to hear that. Can you tell me what you think you would be able to do to change that number from a 6 to a 10?
Well, I guess I just need to be able to prove to myself that I can do it just once. If I can do it once, I could probably do it again.
That's a good observation that you're making. Let's get you set up for a follow-up meeting in 3 months, and we'll see how you're doing then, and we'll go from there. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, thanks so much.
Interview 1, our patient Jane Doe presented to the ER after being found unconscious by her roommate. She has a history of bulimia and admitted to forcing herself to vomit before being admitted. When the interview began, she was in the pre-contemplation phase, as evidenced by her saying, "Everyone eats when they're stressed out." And I mean, sometimes I make myself throw up, but it's just because I know I've eaten so much and I shouldn't. Like, eating all those calories isn't good for me. The nurse chose to use OARS as her primary means of motivational interviewing and assess the patient's confidence level in her ability to change. This was successful as the client left the interview in the contemplation phase, as evidenced by, "Yeah, I think I can maybe do this." The goal of the client is to enjoy food and be able to eat without shame or guilt. The resources we provided her with were to seek free counseling at her university, helped her to identify her stressors, and to confide in her mom when these stressors occur, so that she deals with them in a healthier way.
Hi Jane, so good to see you.
Hi.
Tell me how you've been doing these past few months. Last time I saw you was in September of this year.
Well, I was doing really well. I've been going to therapy and I've been learning how to cope with my stress, but I messed up a couple days ago.
It's okay, people mess up sometimes. Coping isn't easy. Explain to me what you mean specifically by messing up.
A few days ago, my boyfriend broke up with me and things were going so well between us, at least I thought. I guess I just felt really blindsided and I didn't really know what to do, so I just turned back to my old habits.
How did binging again make you feel?
I mean, I immediately regretted it, so I made myself throw up, which made me feel even more ashamed. And I've come so far with therapy and everything. I called my mom right after to tell her what happened, but I just wish I'd thought to call her before I binged.
Relapse is a normal part of the recovery process. I appreciate that you came in to address what happened so that we can make a plan together of how you can move forward from this.
Yeah, I really hope so. I do want to get back on track.
Tell me what you were doing to help maintain your positive behaviors before you had your relapse.
Well, I was spending a lot of time with my boyfriend and he was helping me feel better. He made sure that I was eating throughout the day, and I know that I should be able to do this on my own. I'm just not sure that I can.
It sounds like you're saying your boyfriend helped you maintain your healthy eating habits, but you want to be able to achieve that on your own. What is the strongest thing about you that you can use towards elevating your confidence in your ability to change?
Well, as a nursing student, I guess I'm super organized. I mean, I keep a planner for like everything, like homework and babysitting and like when I have class. So yeah, I think I'm pretty organized.
That's great. Being organized is a key life skill. I would like for you to try and block out 20 minutes 3 times a day just for eating. I will come back with the contact information of several local nutritionists.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
First and foremost, do you have any dietary restrictions or allergies or foods that you don't like?
No, not really. I'm not really a picky eater.
Okay, tell me what you've been eating on a day-to-day basis since our last meeting.
Well, breakfast is kind of hard as a college student. I don't have a meal plan anymore and I'm sick and tired of eating eggs. But for lunch, I'll get a sandwich from the Stag and I usually get like turkey and cheese and maybe lettuce. And then for dinner, I'll make a bowl of pasta with red sauce, and I drink a lot of water throughout the day. But if I'm being honest, I usually get ice cream for dessert like every day.
I'm happy that you're eating a couple of times a day. That's a great start. From a nutrition standpoint, variety is going to be your key. For each meal, I want you to have at least 3 different colored foods on your plate. If you can try and eat breakfast, I think that would be a great way to start your day and also will help with overeating throughout the day. Some other options for breakfast include overnight oats, yogurt with granola, or breakfast bar with a piece of fruit. For lunch and dinner, a good guide would be to try and have some type of grain, protein, and a fruit or vegetable with every meal. So for example, try and add chicken to your pasta meal every night. See if there's any salad options for dinner as well. Leafy greens have a lot of fiber, which will help you feel full more longer. It's also great for your digestion.
Wow, that's really good to know. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the information. I just don't know how long I could probably keep that up for.
I understand that changing your eating habits can be difficult. Following up with your therapist and nutritionist will help to keep you on track. We also have some pamphlets in the office which I will go get for you in a second. I know I just told you a lot of information, but I want you to try and explain to me some strategies to help improve your eating habits. This isn't a test, I just want to make sure that I did a good job in explaining everything to you.
Yeah, well, I guess first I'm really interested in making an appointment with the nutritionist. Until then though, I will make space in my planner for eating. I think that's something I could probably easily do. For meals, I think I'll probably try those overnight oats. My roommate makes them pretty regularly, and they don't seem that hard to make, so I could probably do that. For lunch and dinner, I'll try and have a grain, a protein, and a fruit or a vegetable.
Great. So tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most confident and 1 not at all, how confident are you in making these changes?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. I guess I'd give myself an 8.
That's great, Jane. I'm so happy about the progress you've made during this appointment. I'm going to go and get the information for dietitians in your area and those pamphlets also. Do you have any more questions for me?
I don't think so. I'm all set. Thank you.
At the beginning of this interview, the client presented in the relapse phase of the trans-theoretical model of change. She experienced a stressor that caused her to binge and purge for the first time in several months. The client expressed shame and regret due to her actions, but reports being committed to making the proper changes to her lifestyle in order to re-enter the action phase. During this interview, the nurse used reflective listening and empowered the patient. She also empathized with the patient and helped set her goals for moving forward. In order to ensure that her teach-back was sufficient, she employed the teach-back method. Lastly, she used the scale method to assess the patient's confidence levels. The patient reported a confidence level of 8 upon the conclusion of the meeting, indicating that she would be able to re-enter the action phase.